Courtney's has already been done.
Yeah, still set, green flag.
Now for race 2. Let's do it all again. Another good start from Kelly, but another bad start from James Courtney. He has lost 5, 6, 7 positions. Ends up midfield. Todd Kelly will go shooting through with clean air. And behind him, Rick Kelly, Mark Winterbottom and Jamie Whincup. Garth Tander also in there.
Very congested through turns 4, 5 and 6 on this opening lap. Shocker of a start for James Courtney, just left at the line. Second day in a row. Look where he's buried in this field. Right back in the order there. Huge oversteer moment for Stephen Richards on the exit of 7.
This is James Courtney's Geraldine Falcon, and there's trouble for Alan Gurr in the Irwin Tools. Car number 26, one of the Gary Rogers Motorsport cars, also caught up in that, it looks like.
Steering arm damage on Alan Gurr's car in the front right-hand corner. And Steve Owens in the wall here in the Autobahn entry
at
too.
turn 8.
This will trigger a safety car if he can't get the car out of the way. Double yellow flags flying there. Debris on the racetrack. Steve Owens' car looking worse for wear. The rear wing's off the car. They are deploying the safety car. We've gone full course yellow.
So last stopping broke. I think we made contact in the first couple of corners.
Steve Owen and Alan Gurr, the two casualties of the first lap of this race. Well, the first half a lap, if you like, of this race. And so too, Jason Bargwanna in the WPS Falcon, major damage to the front right.
It's been some nonsense. It looked like it was up around turns 5 and 6, back in the pack. They've all managed to collect each other. You can guarantee that Steve Owens' problem has resulted from that.
The Wright Patton Shakespeare Chrysler safety car makes its first appearance for 2007. And it didn't take long for that prediction of pit lane to all come true.
James Courtney incidentally dropping back to 10th. Here's the Zinger replay. Let's see what happened. Bargwanna making a little contact there with the Fujitsu car. Then they all bottled up. This is on the exit of 5. And round goes one of the Valvolinkers. Just a traffic jam. It's a heck of a mess. Alan Gurr, Brad Jones.
Well, essentially, Alan Gurr was caught up in that twice. And this is Steve Owen, the exit of turn 8. Look at the force, the car that is carrying that car out of there. And that would have been a very scary ride. He said that something broke on the way in, possibly as a result of the contact. Look at this.
The first shot of that, the early part of that replay, looked to me like he was side by side with somebody there too, which is not a good place to be at turn 8. And I think the Valvoline Cummins car we saw earlier up at turn 5 was the Lee Holdsworth car as well. Let's have another look at that.
This is down to turn 9.
It's already happened at this stage. And
what often happens at that turn, if they do hit, Neil, as you well know, is that it spews the car over to the other side of the track. This impact was more direct, and it kept Steve Owen's car on the racing line. That's where all the trouble is for Jason Bargwanna. So while the WPS safety car comes out, the WPS Falcon goes back in. This is the start. Keep your eyes on the Geraldine car, the yellow and blue car number 4, because James Courtney has had so much trouble at the starts. He ended up, I think, around 9th, Neil, after all that. In fact, 10th was how he would finish that first lap.
It was very close. Rick Kelly reacting quickly in extreme manoeuvre there to the left to make sure that he didn't drill himself into the back of the Geraldine car. Chris Jewell from Brytech looking on.
And they did have a good day yesterday, the Brytech guys, with Jason Bright finishing inside the top 10 and Alan Gurr bringing the car home. And right now, carnage has already begun. Will Punt come back and get this race restarted on the streets of Adelaide? You're watching the V8s on 7.